Thanks, Chairman, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my pleasure to attend the World Energy Forum and speaking on the topic of future of China energy. I think it's mainly topic is on the coal energy in China and as well as the clean coal technology. Firstly, on behalf of the China delegation to this conference of the 21 members, so I'd like to extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Harry Wu for his warmly invitation and kindly arrangement. So I think the topic is a topic concerned by most of you for the China energy, because I think the China energy in some aspect is reflect the world energy. So the future of China energy will influence or reflect the future of the world energy. So now we know the global warming and the energy shortage are bringing big challenges to fossil fuels as well as triggering a new energy revolution. As far as we know, China has been one of the largest energy consumers in the world. But on the other hand, coal energy has always been China's main energy resources since a long time ago. So thus the future development of China energy is seriously concerned by the international communities. The topic of the forum is toward cleaner, more sustainable, more accessible energy. I think the topic is just the goal of China energy development. So today, I would like to briefly introduce such a topic to you. I hope this speech will bring you some ideas about the energy in China and some aspect to the world. So firstly is the status of China energy. So generally speaking, China is rich in coal resources and the lack of oil and gas. The prospective reserve of coal is up to 5,500 gigatons, and 115 gigatons have been proved. So it's about 14% of the world's total proved coal resources, but only less than that of Russia and the United States. Among the proved energy resources, so the coal accounted in China for up to 94%, but oil only for 5.4%, and the gas for the 0.6%. In this region, so the coal energy has always been the main body energy in China. So this is the distribution of the coal resources in China. So you can see it's mainly located in the northwest and the middle north part of China. But the right down the circle is the developed economic zone in China. So that means the long distance between the energy base and the economic developed areas. So in the 2009, last year, the total energy output in China was 2.75 gigaton of coal equivalent, TCE. And the coal energy accounted for 2.2 giga TCE, which occupied almost 80% of the whole output of energy. Combined with the 1.3 giga TCE in 2003, there was an increase by almost 77% in the past 6 years. So however, from the 1990 to last year, oil output in China only increased from about the 9% of the total technology. So in the last year, the natural gas output was accounted about 4% of the total energy. So under the total amount of the new and the renewable energy, such as the wind energy, wind power, nuclear power, and so on, was accounted for about 8% of the total energy output. In the last year, the energy consumption of China was up to 3.1 giga TCE. It's grew up by the 2.2 times since the 2000 years. So, and the coal consumption reached to 2.2 giga TCE, occupied about almost 70% of the total energy consumption. But the oil and gas shared the proportions about the 22%, and other energies such as hydropower, nuclear power, wind energy, and so on, plays about the 9% of the energy. In the last year, so we have about the 75% power generated from the coal, fast coal, and 22 from the hydropower. So the capacity, other powers such as nuclear, wind, solar, together accounted for almost 3%. So now we can see the coal is the main body of China energy supply and consumption in the past and possibly in the near future, 70 years. So the energy demand, sorry, the figure has some problem. So the energy demand in China has been continuously increasing. On the figure we have three curves. One is the world increasing energy, and another is China, and another is the Asian countries, developing countries. So from the figures we can see the growth rate of energy consumption in China was 41% in 1990s. But in the past 5 years, it's increased to 68%. So from the figures, these three figures, the increase is in accordance with the trend of the world and the developing countries. In my opinion, I think this higher growth rate was closely related to the three main factors. One factor is the urbanization in the country. So in the past 30 years, Chinese urbanization level was increased from 20% up to 47%. So this increase of urban population needs more energy because of the consumption structure of urban residents was changed. Electrical items of their use was used very popular. The second reason is the industrialization in China, especially the development of secondary industry promoted the higher energy consumption. The third one is that the transferring of international manufacturing industry into China. So China now becomes the global manufacturer attractor, which boosted the energy consumption. So sorry for these figures. So this figure shows the energy consumption per capita. So we have some increase for the total energy consumption, but a decrease for the coal consumption. So at present, China energy application could be summarized, I think, as one high and one low. The high means the higher energy consumption per capita GDP, which is due to the undeveloped energy utilization technology. But now Chinese government is highlighting this issue, and the low expresses the lower average energy consumption in the world. In my knowledge, is China energy consumption per capita is now about 1.6 TOE in last year, which is 20% of the United States and 40% of Japan in the ranking of the 90 plus in the world. So this is the first. I turn to the second topic is the China future energy. So the world development has indicated that the when economy of the country reaches up to a certain high level, the energy consumption would be have a trend of reduction. So the China is just to the up the hill. It's a trend, the time for the uphill of the higher energy consumption. Although the different prediction amount for China future energy was obtained from different agencies, but the variation trend was the same. That is that in the coming 20 years, will still be a rapid increasing period for the energy consumption in China. And the coal energy will still be the main energy in the coming 40 years. So the coal consumption will climb up its peak about in the year of 2030. And then the new and clean energy will replace the fossil energy gradually. From the prediction during the year of next 10 years, China will consume about 4.5 giga-TCE energy per year, including about the 2.7 giga-TCE of coal, accounting about 60%. So the percentage is decreasing for the coal energy. During the 2020 to 2030, it will be up to 5.1 to 6.4 giga-TCE per year for the total energy in China, and including about 3 billion TCE of the coal occupied about 55%. And in the last 10 years before the 2050, the consumption will beat to 6 billion TCE per year, including about 3.2 giga-TCE, accounting to about 40% of the totally for the coal. But as long as China keeps the road for the low carbon technology, so that is to change the economic structure so as to develop a modern service with lower energy consumption and to reduce the coal energy consumption and to increase the renewable energy, for example, up to 30%, and to improve the power generation efficiency, the energy efficiency, and to promote the traffic energy efficiency up to 50%, for example. Then, so the future energy trend in China will be obviously changed like the other developed countries. So the figures on the screen show that this low carbon roadmap will result in the lower consumption of the energy. But the zero growth for the energy demand will appear in the 2035 in China. And in correspondence, the CO2 release or emission will also reduce, and the zero growth of the carbon emission would come in also in the 2035.